Scientists believe that they've discovered the largest animal that ever lived on Earth and its sea predator. In our modern day geological period and system, the Neogene, Cretaceous and largest known animals on Earth, but now new findings from paleontologists could turn the picture of the largest creature to have ever lived pretty much upside down. A gigantic sea creature from the early dinosaur era has shown that the ichthyosaur species evolved to enormous proportions very rapidly, much more likely than the current kings of the ocean. This is what new research published in Science magazine reveals. And according to this latest study, these types of ichthyosaurs, a group of fish-shaped marine reptiles that lived in dinosaur-era seas in a wide variety of quantity, well, they developed to huge sizes in a time frame of only 2.5 million years. In the evolutionary perspective, according to the research, whales took nearly 90% of their 55 million year evolution to achieve the massive sizes that ichthyosaurs evolved in the first 1% of their 150 million year evolution. The study reads, "We described an ichthyosaur with a 2-meter long skull from a fossil hill fauna as a new species of Kimbospondylus. At present, this is the largest known tetrapod of its time, on land or in the sea, and is a first in a series of ocean giants," they said. Now, according to Lars Schmitz, an associate professor of biology at Scripps College in Claremont, California, who is quoted as saying about the discovery per Live Science, researchers found that ichthyosaurs evolved gigantism much faster than whales in a time where the world was recovering from devastating extinction at the end of the Permian period. He said, "It's a nice glimmer of hope and a sign of the resilience of life. If environmental conditions are right, evolution can happen very fast and life can bounce back," he said. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. The prehistoric ichthyosaurus fossils were discovered in the Augusta Mountains of northeastern Nevada back in 1998 by researchers. Schmidt said only a few vertebrae were sticking out of the rock, but it was clear the animal was huge. The research team managed to fully excavate the valuable fossils only by 2015, and what was left of the sea giant included a skull, shoulder, and flipper-like appendages, all of which were carefully transported to the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County, where it was processed and studied. A new species was given the name Kimbospondylus yongorum by the researchers. A 17-meter-long Kimbospondylus yongorum is the biggest boy of the Middle Triassic, they said. Now, during the Triassic epoch, this large-jawed marine reptile lived 247 million years ago, and according to researchers, its appearance is quite strange from our perspective, looking more like a sea dragon. This full-grown sea yongorum would have measured over 55 feet, according to researchers, over 17 meters, with a nearly 6.5-foot skull, or 2-meter skull. Sea yongorum weighed 41 metric tons, and it would have existed in the Panthalassic Ocean, a so-called superocean of the west coast of North America, according to their study. The species presumably ate smaller ichthyosaurs, fish, and possibly squid, based on its size and tooth shape. And the sea yongorum prevailed in the ocean only 5 million years after the Great Dying, which was about 252 million years ago, the huge extinction event that destroyed nearly 90% of the world's species at the end of the Permian epoch. And that is what makes this ichthyosaur's massive size all the more astonishing, given that life on Earth took about 9 million years to rebound from this great dying extinction, according to another research published in the journal Nature Geoscience. After the extinction, though, there was a diversification boom of marine mollusks, known as ammonites, and one within 1 million to 3 million years of the event. It appears for the researchers that ichthyosaur's venture into gigantism was in part due to chowing down on the early Triassic boom of ammonites, as well as jawless eel-like conodons that filled the ecological void following the mass extinction event of 252 million years ago. In contrast, the more familiar whales got big by eating highly productive primary producers such as plankton, but these were absent in the dinosaur age food systems, the researchers said, and despite the fact that whales and ichthyosaurs took different paths and lengths of time to reach their huge sizes, there are still some similarities between the two groups of animals. The researchers discovered a link between great size and raptorial hunting, similar to how sperm whales dive to kill gigantic squid, as well as a link between large size and tooth loss, similar to how giant filter-feeding whales are also toothless, as we know. This is on Sputnik by Kirill Kirillov. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.